And talk995.com, 6:06 on a Tuesday morning, the 2nd of June of 2026. Steve is back with us today.
Yay!
Good morning.
Good morning, Steve.
Yeah.
Glad you're here.
John Bird did a passable job.
Yeah,
Passable job.
Passable.
Okay.
more passable than normal, I would say.
You thought he was more
Yeah,
passable than
I
normal?
think yesterday was a little bit better than
All right.
what we normally see.
Okie dokie.
Yep.
You seem unconvinced by
We're
that.
just look. When I point at him to get the Three Things theme and he plays the commercial instead.
Yeah, well,
I'm
he
just
thought
like,
we were going to
"Oh."
break.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I send these show sheets.
He's out of practice.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's talk about the weather today because we are looking at some partly cloudy skies. Rain this afternoon, only a 35% chance, but 83 for a high. And then tomorrow and Thursday, get a lot of
It'll be
this.
nice.
Sunny skies.
Yeah, be beautiful. We're going to finally get a break.
Once again in the mid-80s.
Listen, people
Oh,
need
man.
a break after the mess that everything left yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Amen.
I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
That was wicked.
Let me tell you a little story.
Here's
After
a story
After
of a lovely... Oh,
I
go
get
ahead.
done telling you about Work Trucks, which is downtown at 2324 3rd Avenue South. Work Trucks on your computer, Work Trucks with an X, LLC.com. They trade, finance, get an extended warranty, whatever you like there. Over 100 vehicles on the lot of all different shapes, sizes, kinds, makes, and models. If you show up and you say, I need a GMC cargo van, great. They can probably make that happen for you. I need to have a Toyota pickup truck that has a utility body. I bet they can make that happen for you. They really do cater to almost any whim you have, and they certainly can outfit that truck the way you desire. Every one of them's been through a 125-point inspection. So when you're looking for a good, top-quality, pre-owned work truck, look no further than Work Trucks with an X, LLC.com, WorkTrucksLLC.com, or downtown at 2324 3rd Avenue South, where they are all about trucks. So I take a quick nap yesterday, as we morning people are wont to do.
You got to get that in
Yeah.
at some point, if you can.
It's about 45 minutes. I wake up at 3:30, and I know it was 3:30 because I always look at the clock and go, where am I in the day compared to all the stuff that I need to get done
Right.
when I roll out of bed. I don't set an alarm for a nap. I sleep for as long as I need to, basically.
No, that's dangerous for me.
That tends to be about 45 minutes. That's
Yeah.
sort of my line.
I do that, it'll be the next morning.
Every once in a while, it's an hour 15,
Hey.
but mostly 45 minutes. So sure enough, I crashed at about 2:45. I wake up at 3:30. I look at the clock, and thunder, lightning. I mean, it is storming to beat the band. I go to grab my phone and see, A, how long has it been doing this, because I can look at the radar and see how long the clouds have been over my house, and B, how much longer is it going to be. I lift my phone. It says no internet connection. Between looking at the clock at 3:30 and picking up the phone seconds later,
That was it for you.
the power went off.
Mhm.
Okay. So, all right, I don't have any power. This is not a big deal. I mean, it's
a
never
couple hours, you'll be back.
It's never off for long at my house. I don't know why, but my house is usually longest time it's ever been was like 8 hours one time, and that was a really an anomaly. So I'm like, all right, well, let's do the stuff that we can do without power. That involves taking out the garbage and putting some salt in the water softener out in the garage, my Aqua system, a few other things that you can do that don't involve actually having to have lights on or a computer or anything like that. And I'm waiting to go sit down and put together a show prep, and everything necessary to put on a show today. Well, power doesn't come on. 3:30, 4:30, 5:30.
Did you see the sheets I sent you? Did you at least get that, or that didn't even happen either?
Nothing
the
showed up.
topics, no topics,
No,
no
I
nothing.
see that one.
No,
Strictly filled either.
I got nothing
Goodness.
in my
Nothing.
inbox. Can you send them now?
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be
They're-
great.
Are they
Yeah.
not there?
I got nothing.
Okay,
I
I'll
got
send
nothing.
them to you.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
So anyway, I don't usually do this because I know that Alabama Power, they probably get 5,000 people who are, complaining to them, going, my power's off. You need to do something about it. They're like, we're aware. So I go to the app and I look up, because it's like outages. Okay. I'm sitting there with like one bar, a
Oh.
bar and a half if I'm lucky. My house is down in kind of a holler, and there's no real good cell signal there. So I don't have any interweb, obviously. And I go to, the Alabama Power app and go to outages and type in my address, and it says, oh, we show that your power's on.
Oh,
My-
really?
My power's not on.
Yeah.
Power's on. Would you like to report an outage? Oh, I very much would. Okay. So I go and do the power outage. Is power off in your entire house? Yes. This is kind of funny. It asks you, what are you complaining about? Is it lights or is it electricity? I'm sorry. Lights or electric? What the hell is that? Lights are electric, aren't they?
Yes.
Was there an option to
Last
go
time
yes?
we checked.
I mean, if the
yes.
lights are out, your electricity's probably not working. That would be my guess. Anyway,
guess.
yeah. So I click electric because is the power off in your entire house? Yes, it is. Is the power off at your neighbors' houses? Yes, it is. I look around. There's not a single light on. Nowhere in the neighborhood. The street light out front is out. Okay. Are there any downed wires? No downed wires. Nothing like that. Okay. We'll send you a confirmation email and let you know that we got this. And sure enough, email shows up in my inbox. It says, yeah, okay, we got it. You've now declared that your power is not working, and we'll get a team on that. Okay. I sit there for another 2 hours, 7:30. I'm like, I'm about to crash. This is, what I did was I pulled out a book and a reading lamp, and I sat there and read for a couple of hours. It was crazy. I mean, it was like I was Amish or
Isn't
something.
that kind of
What the
nice?
hell?
Yeah, you had some peace in your
except for
life.
the electric light. That was
Yeah, that electric light.
should have used a candle. Should have used a candle. Anyway, so I go back and I'm like, let's check on the status of this thing. I go back to the app and I pull it up and I go check outages and it says, oh, yeah, here's your address and your power's on. I'm like, it is not on. No, it's not. So I, once again, fill out another, is it lights or electric? It's electric, yes. Is it the whole house? It's the whole house. Are your neighbors? Yes, my neighbor's lights are out. Now I'm getting mad at the app.
I can tell.
I send the whole thing in again, and it says, we're going to send you an email. I get another identical email to the one that I got 2 hours ago saying, oh, yeah, okay, you've now alerted us to this outage, and we're going to take care of it for you. Oh, thank you very much. Okay. Flash forward an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I go, is there another method that I can get this there? Because somehow this isn't getting it. So I go to the app, and sure enough, there's a phone number. And I call the 888 phone number. And it runs me through the ringer. It's like,
10 minutes of trying to figure out where you need to go.
Yeah, what's your phone number associated with the account? Well, you have it. I just called you from this. Oh, this is the phone. Okay. Is your name such a... Yes, that's my name. We're going to give you an address, and you tell us whether or not this is your address. And it gives me a completely false address. I'm like, no, that's not mine. And it says, okay, well, what about this one? It gives me my correct address. I'm like, yes, that is mine. What would you like? By the way,
what would you like done?
Our
I'd
information.
like my power back, please.
Our information is that your power is on. This is what it's telling me on the phone now. This is the third time around.
Yeah.
It's been 5 hours, and I'm like, it is not on. The power's not on. So I have to then punch all the right buttons to make sure that they know that the power is not on.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to send you an email, and we'll verify that. I'm like, yeah, please, because I need collect the whole set. Let's get 3 of those emails, shall we? Alabama Power keeps insisting my power is on. Nobody in the neighborhood has power. So I finally crash. I go to sleep. It's like 8:15. I wake up at 12:30. I said, let's just double check and see if it realizes that my power is off. And I go, nope. Still tells me that my power is on. So I do once again on the app.
Oh, no.
I fill out the form one more time. And lo and behold, this time it takes. This time it actually sends me a message that says, oh, we're sorry that you're inconvenienced by this. We've got a crew. We're actually going to get to work on this thing immediately. We believe that we'll have your power back on by 6 a.m. June 3rd.
What?
Got the same thing yesterday at my place.
June 3rd.
Know exactly where you're coming from.
June 3rd.
And all the stuff in your freezer and refrigerator, you can kiss it goodbye.
I opened the refrigerator this morning to get out the sweet tea, and I was just like, the stench.
No.
Oh, those strawberries have gone bad. Oh, my.
No, Richard.
Yeah, it's so sad. Basically, I think everything that's in there is going to get trashed,
We
and
could
we'll
have
start
gotten
over
you
again.
coolers with ice and
Who
stuff.
knew? Well, I mean, did you know that it was going to... Who knows? When your power goes off, it's going to be off this long.
No.
Alabama Power is on my list. I mean, I have never been so frustrated by an organization in my life. I've
And they're
had better
usually
luck
pretty
with the
good about
cable
that.
company.
I've always had pretty good luck with them, that they tend to be, pretty on top of it. But yesterday, again, a bit of an anomaly with how massive that straight line was with all of the storms. And I mean, it was a huge swath of the center part of the state.
Mhm.
I've never seen anything like
It really was quite.
And those were powerful storms. The winds were, and as it went through, they were saying 50, 60, even some places up to 70 miles an hour.
Mhm.
And we've had a lot of rain that's knocking down tons of trees.
So
Power
somebody
poles are coming down.
somewhere,
Oh,
some line is down, and they have to somehow put it back together again. But let's get on it, boys. Chip, chop, chip.
tomorrow at 6
Easy for you to
a.m.
say.
Tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Tomorrow.
I've got like most of my windows are open. Get that breeze through there. I feel sorry for the poor dogs because they're as the day warms up, they're going to be inside.
Well, at least it's, and I know this is not a consolation because the humidity is bad, but
Yeah.
thank goodness it's not like going to be like a 95-degree day.
Yes, that's
83 is not very comfortable, but oh, Richard,
If what you're
I'm
trying
so
to say is
sorry.
it could be worse, I agree.
I know.
It
Maybe
could be worse.
you need to go
Could be
stay
raining.
with somebody tonight.
Could be, yeah.
You
It
don't-
was
you
yesterday.
don't. You don't need to stay there tonight.
Oh no. I've got 3 dogs. I can't just go stay
Oh,
with somebody.
Richard.
I've
Well,
got- yeah.
and I can piggyback off of that because ours went off about 3:30 somewhere in that area. So we go to bed, and about 11 o'clock, all of a sudden it comes on.
If only.
Okay, so I go and I double check everything, make sure everything's good. About 11:15, right back off.
Gone again. Ouch.
Yeah, they were
Alarm
just,
went off at
they were just
3:30 on my
testing it.
phone.
Uh-huh.
They were testing your power.
Yeah, still off.
Still off.
Yeah, it works. Okay, turn it back off.
So got here to work.
Yeah.
Get a text message from Alabama Power says, "We show that your power came on at 10:59 last night.
Oh no! It went
Is
back
it
on.
out or is it on? It's out."
Yeah.
My
Sheesh.
wife texted about an hour ago.
Yeah.
They finally got us back on.
Okay,
Oh.
good deal.
You lucky bastard.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, that was one of the things that got me the last time that I went to check to see what was going on. And so we show that your power came back on at 2:38 this afternoon. I'm like, that's an hour before it went off. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's not.
The gang that couldn't shoot straight over at Alabama Power. E-Tech Communications, etech.cc on your computer when your power's working. You can go check them out and find out about Voice over Internet Protocol, how you can save a whole lot of money over your copper line phone system. Get anywhere from 2 to 200 phones for your business. Get call forwarding, get a virtual assistant, save a bunch of money. Once again, etech.cc to find out more. E-Tech Communications, etech.cc. All righty, 6:23. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Those lows in the 50s sound pretty good to me, actually.
But the humidity.
Yeah.
It's high.
It's like breathing through wet paper.
Yeah,
I
think I saw. I've got a little thing in the kitchen on the thing, and it tells you the temperature, and the 95% was the humidity.
You got a barometer.
That's
nice.
That's soaker outside.
I would like a barometer.
You would like a barometer?
Can I have a barometer?
You can
so
have
a little
one of
something
those.
for my birthday.
Your birthday.
Something to remember.
You want a barometer?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Who wouldn't like? I mean, for the guy who has everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Needs a barometer.
That's basically
I didn't know that.
Well, there you go.
Of all things to ask for.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And a rain gauge.
Consider it done.
Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158. When you have a tree that is going to land on your power lines, take them out and keep you power-free for the next, 72 hours or so. You need Alabama Tree Pros to come by, take that tree down, and do it before the storms hit, okay? You're talking about trimming the tree up. You got some limbs that you think are going to fall and cause a problem, or maybe you're worried about the entire thing. Or if it's still savable, the folks at Alabama Tree Pros can talk to you about that as well. They're experts in the field. They're safe, and they're less expensive than the other guys. What more could you hope for? Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158. 5-star reviews across the board because they are the best. AlabamaTreePros.com.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
All right, the residency challenge by Republican candidate for Governor Ken McPheeters against Tommy Tuberville will go before the Alabama Republican Party for a final hearing this month. McPheeters continues to contend that Tuberville does not meet the constitutional residency requirement to run for governor. You got to live in the state for 7 years before you do that. McPheeters has been harping on this almost endlessly. What is going to happen here is Tommy Tuberville and campaign will no doubt produce tax records, probably show where he has a homestead exemption on his house in Auburn.
I think he's kind of gone through this already, has he not?
I think he's good to go.
Why are we chasing this again?
We shall see.
Odd.
Well, I don't know. Ken is holding on to this like a dog with a bone, man. He's not going to let this go. I like Ken McPheeters as a person, but this is getting a little wearing, and I think a lot. I mean, when you have a guy that wins the Republican nomination by 85%,
let it go.
85%, yeah,
let it go.
You might want to walk away from that.
You might.
Donald Trump made some late-night endorsements in 6 states ahead of Tuesday primaries. The really big one was, of course, California, where Steve Hilton is the Democrat who is looking to get the nomination. And California is weird. The top 2 vote getters in the primary run off against each other, and they could both be Republican, they could both be Democrat, one Republican, one Democrat, doesn't matter. The top 2, and right now that looks like it'll be Steve Hilton and potentially Tom Leykis.
How about that?
Who's a billionaire leftist who honestly believes that we should have more men in women's sports.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, that's wow. Spencer Pratt, of course, is running in the L.A. mayor's race. Karen Bass is
goodbye,
leading.
Karen. Karen needs to go.
Well, Karen's leading in that right now, which I find interesting.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
Like, who would? I mean, really?
Yeah.
Y'all would put her back in?
Mm.
Makes no sense.
No,
LA, yeah, they probably would.
Well, it's truly astounding to me because you saw this with Chicago, where they had Mayor Beetlejuice, who was the Pitts, and they had a choice between a former cop who was going to be Mr. Law and Order, or someone who was slightly to the left of Beetlejuice. And they voted for Brandon Johnson, the person slightly to the left of the person that they threw out that they hated. I wouldn't be surprised if not only does L.A. doesn't go for Karen Bass, but goes for her opponent who's slightly to the left of her, and they trash their city even further. I don't know when you get tired of this. When do you reach your limit and say...
I guess you leave. That's what some of them are doing. They're just leaving California.
I think that's exactly
enough.
what's going on. I think that is what's happening most of all. No idea how many people are without power right now across the state as a result of yesterday's storms, but they certainly were severe and caused a good number of problems, certainly for travel.
Yeah, I think at the height of all of this was about, like you said, 3:30, 4:30, somewhere in there, 143,000 customers without power.
Make that 143,001.
One.
Yeah, that was me.
Jefferson County, Shelby County, Etowah County, some of the hardest hit.
Yeah.
But it was like much of what was happening was as it was coming into like northern Jefferson County, that's when some of the winds were at its highest. And as it came into Shelby County, the winds were still high. But then as it went through, those that were a little bit further south weren't dealing with the winds quite as high as Jefferson and Shelby County. It was that was I went out to the front porch to hurry up, and I forgot the flag was out there, and I was like, this thing is going to get torn off the house, and I'm out there like, what? Trying to hang on to it and pull it into the house. It was like the neighbors, the leaves are blowing everywhere, tree limbs are coming down, and I'm like, there I am out there trying to get the flag at the last second.
Looked like
the front door blew open, and
one person Iwo Jima.
I was like, Lucy, you stay right there. Don't fly off. I'm not pulling a Wizard of Oz here where I got to chase you down the road.
Yikes.
It was
man,
wild.
Oh man. Well, look, there's only a 30% chance today, but sometimes that 30% chance turns into a little something. So
yeah, and then once it's done today, please, Lord, let us just dry out. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday would be really nice.
We should have a couple of very nice days here with highs in the 80s. Evan Chickvera says lows are going to be in the 50s. It's going to be right in the wheelhouse where you want to be. In the meantime, you might want to check your house over and see if you've had any problems. Are you missing some shingles? Are you missing some siding?
Yikes.
Everything the way it's
no
supposed to be.
No one needs that in their life.
Copacetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Still waiting, though.
Going to be a big cleanup day today. There's no doubt about that because a lot of trees down.
I'm just keeping an eye on my phone, see if I get that text from Alabama Power that
well,
says, your power's back on.
Check your cameras. Once your cameras come back up, you're good to go.
Well, that's true. The cameras.
Yeah, immediately when you see that, I'm back on.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Keep a good thought.
Yep.
It is 6:30. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Drop us a line at 545-9950 if you would like to share anything on your mind today. We would love to hear from you. It is Tuesday, post-storm day on Talk 99.5. It's Dixon inviting. Ahem. Talk 99.5, talk995.com, 6:36 our time. It's going to be possibly rainy this afternoon, not as bad as yesterday, or so I'm told. High of about 83.
Mm-hmm. Yep. A little bit of rain to the north of us, northwest of us. It's a small little storm.
Some
so
trees,
maybe we won't get much.
Trees down in St. Clair County.
Yeah. St. Clair, Jefferson, Shelby, Etowah had some damage as well.
Oh,
yeah.
hello.
So Alabama Power's out there. They're trying to get everybody back online, but it takes a little time when you have as big a storm as yesterday.
Come on, Alabama Power.
Yeah.
Get with the program, man.
They're boogieing.
Yeah, I know they're not.
They're boogieing.
They didn't even know my power was off. I had to tell them 4 times.
It happens.
Scott says, Richard just said he has no barometer. No truer words have ever been spoken.
We're working on his barometer.
Read the room, Richard.
Yeah, that'll be all right.
I can't read.
You'll be fine.
Reading is fundamental.
Hey, listen, those storms yesterday, some folks this morning are dealing with some water issues. And here's the thing. It's always nice to know somebody like David Feven and the guys at Be Dry. Be Dry to the rescue. That's really what it's about in your crawl space, in the basement of your home. If you're dealing with the water issues and you're like, yes, I know I need to encapsulate these areas. Now's a really good time to take advantage of what Be Dry has to offer. For a limited time, 25% off that encapsulation. What that does is it seals up those areas in the crawl space where the water maybe comes in and it sits. Now think about that for a minute. Water with storms like yesterday come underneath your house into the crawl space, the water sits. What does that do? Well, somehow that water and moisture is going to begin to seep into your home and change the air quality for the worse for your family to breathe, and you all don't need any of that in your life. So let's get it fixed today. Again, take advantage of the 25% off encapsulation that BeDryAlabama.com is offering right now. If you want a free quote to get all of this fixed, if it's cracking in the foundation, if it's those water issues I just mentioned, you can call for the free quote and talk to these guys about how they're going to fix it for you. And know that you're dealing with a local company. We love that, and we love the fact that this company has been in business for over 65 years. So there's some real security in knowing that, and you also get that strongest lifetime warranty in the business. So there's a lot of reasons to call Be Dry. Call them today at 942-1976. Online, you find out more. You look at videos. You can see some of the reviews that people have left. It's great to have that right at your fingertips. BeDryAlabama.com. Here's the number again for that free quote. Call them today, 205-942-1976.
It is 6:38, and we still don't have a ruling from the Supreme Court on whether or not we can use the 2023 map or whether we have to use the one that was drawn by the panel of 3 judges.
Won the deadline yesterday?
Well, the deadline for the people who wanted to make the case for the judges map was yesterday. They had to provide whatever it was they were going to provide, written testimony, oral testimony, whatever it may be. And apparently we had, the White House is on our side. We have election officials making a case to the Supreme Court. An amicus brief was filed and argued federal judges fundamentally erred in stopping Alabama from changing congressional district lines in an election year. It is one of the stranger cases, but then again, it happened again yesterday. You had a district judge say that not allowing transgender people in the military was unconstitutional.
Yeah, how about that? And then again, those are the current people that are in the military, transgender, not anyone new that's coming into the military.
Yeah, no.
That doesn't apply.
Well, they said it was illegal to kick them out, basically.
Right,
It said that it was unconstitutional to kick them out. Guys, this has been up through the court system to the Supreme Court and back down again.
Yeah, and
okay?
How
it's
is that
done.
even?
Yeah, this is done. This was done. And this judge, I mean, that was basically Pete Hegseth's statement on this was, see you at the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court, why are you having to do it again? This seems like wasted time.
It is a waste of time. It's ridiculous. And that is why the Supreme Court has been issuing injunctions fairly quickly when it comes to stuff like this, because they're tired of these district judges just going, I'm going to throw a monkey wrench into the works here. That's my job, is to try to, see if I can't stop the cogs of the Trump administration from working. And this is actually a pretty serious case. Don't get me wrong. It's not that the redistricting of Alabama isn't serious, but it does show once again how you've got lower courts that are going to be fundamentally wrong and continue to be fundamentally wrong after the Supreme Court has already ruled, look, you can't draw a map based upon race. It's just not allowable. It's not, we're working our way toward a colorblind society. And I think finally, finally, we're reaching a point where literally you cannot take a person's race into consideration when it comes to hiring them for a job. If the best person for the job is black and female, you better hire that person. And if the best person for the job is a white, straight Christian male, you better hire that person. And it's time that be the law of the land. It should have been this way a long time ago. But for some reason, we have been fighting that off, and then suddenly we had to give special consideration to large groups of people, but not Asians, never Asians for some reason. See if you can figure that one out. So now we're finally saying, yeah, when you draw these districts, you can't take race into consideration. You can't take it one way or the other. So
right, it works both ways,
right.
And it seems like the focus has always been the focus is on one way, but it can be used for either way,
Absolutely.
and it shouldn't be used for either way.
Nope.
I mean, everybody should be able to represent everyone else. It doesn't matter what color or race or sex or anything that you are, and it is great to see that. But once again,
we have a lower
we're here
court
talking about it again.
I mean, they're kind of like, well, we drew that map and we think it's a cool map, so we insist.
And here's the question: at what point do you say enough is enough? Because if the Supreme Court rules on this transgender thing in the military again, they throw it back down and say, look, we've already ruled on it, and the district judge says, okay, so we have to abide by what the Supreme Court does. Some other district judge says, well, I'm going to try it.
Right.
And you're wasting time again.
We'll come at this from another angle.
Right. With this, at what point do you say, okay, you guys, this is over with. We've put this to bed. There's no more arguing this case.
The ruling can be maybe if they write the ruling up in such a way as to make it abundantly clear to all judges everywhere that the Secretary of War and the President of the United States, a.k.a. Commander-in-Chief, have the final word on who's in the military and who's not. And that's the end of that. Now, if you have medical reason, now, obviously they can't say, look, we don't want black people. Can't do that.
No.
I have zero problems, by the way, with gay people in the military. Never have. Someone's willing to put on a uniform and fight for the country, that's great. Your problem with transgender people is your medical care is never over. And I've repeated this again and again and again because it is true. The closest thing akin to having a transgender person in the military is having a type 2 diabetic or a type 1 diabetic. I was just about to
say somebody with diabetes.
I mean, because
same thing.
Constant care.
Yeah.
Constantly checking, constantly having check your blood levels and make sure that you're either eating something or you're taking your insulin or.
And that's a problem on the when you're on the battlefield.
Yes.
You're going to have an issue there.
Transgender women are constantly going to be undergoing medical care. Transgender men constantly, a minimum of once a month, you are going to a doctor of some kind. This was a big deal, by the way, up at Vanderbilt when they were trying to push these transgender surgeries, and the head of that division, whoever it was, said, well, not only do we, get the original purchase of this surgery, but then they're setting themselves up for a lifetime of medical care, and we get all that money too. And, once that came out, people were like, oh, my God, you people are just vipers,
Yeah, it's all about money.
Yeah,
it's not about people.
No.
It's not about your patient.
You don't care about whether you're helping the mental acuity or the mental stability of these people. You just want their cash, for the love of God. That makes you a horrible human being. You probably shouldn't be a doctor. So, this isn't just about, well, I'm transphobic. This is about, do you want the strongest military that we can possibly have? And if you do, then there are some things that have to take place. And Pete Hegseth has already put a lot of them in place, such as if a woman is going to be in combat, and they're perfectly allowed to in combat, they have to pass the exact same physical tests as men.
As tough as it may be,
Yeah.
yes, you need to make sure that
We're not-
you're able to pick up a soldier that maybe has fallen on the battlefield and
Right.
carry them X amount of yards or feet or
Exactly.
wherever the distance is.
Yeah, we're not going to give you a separate set of specifications that you have to meet. Everybody has to meet the same ones. Everybody, and that's strong. We're just doing away with the wokeness and the silliness and the different groups and the little, Hegseth is, I think he said, our goal here is to create a group of people who are prepared to kill people and break things. My words, not his. But, we want warriors.
Yeah.
And
well, and then he also changed the weight thing.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the older people that are in the military, they're like, they've gotten a little heavy and out of shape. And he's like, you're going to be in the military. We're all going to be in shape.
Yep.
We're all going to be.
Everybody's going to be
Ready
able
to
to
go.
do the PT. Everyone's going to pass their physical training test. It's all going to, one standard across the board, which I think is great. So, yeah, eventually, again, this is going to go up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is going to say, he's the commander-in-chief. He's the Secretary of War. They get to say who's in the military. And, of course, we're going to throw this out. And it'll be 6-3 because there's always those three who are like, oh, but we feel like it should be. Your Constitution doesn't care about your feelings.
No, it's not about feelings.
Facts don't
Please
care
put
about your
those.
feelings.
Please put that aside
Really
when we
don't.
talk about the military.
Really don't. 646 with Dixon and Vining. Did you have maybe a couple of shingles blow off your roof yesterday in the big storms? Woof. Can I make a suggestion? You get in touch with HHM Roofing and Construction and have them come out and take a look. If you've had some damage, of course, they can facilitate all of that. But look, here's what they are: forthright, honest, straightforward, as transparent as they come. This is what you really want out of a roofer. You don't want somebody who you might suspect is playing fast and loose. You want somebody who's going to shoot you straight every step of the way, and they do great work as well. 396-7077 is their telephone number, 396-7077. But if you're like me, you don't do anything until you've checked somebody out online, you've seen their website, and you have an idea, get a sense of what they're all about. So I want to send you to hhmroofs.com, hhmroofs.com. This is residential roofing and replacement services for all of Central Alabama. They have a huge service area, so if you're in the sound of my voice, you can call these guys or you can visit their website, hhmroofs.com, 396-7077, and check out so many of the 5-star reviews that they have online and find out why so many people who have used them absolutely love them and would not use anyone else. HHM Roofing and Construction, 396-7077, or hhmroofs.com.
Mm-hmm.
6:54. Dixon Dividing, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. The late, great Glenn Campbell. Still hard to think of him as no longer with us. What an amazing talent that guy had. Underrated.
Thank goodness for all the music he's left us.
Absolutely. Wowzer, some of the texts we received here on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. 545-9950. Somebody who refuses to give us a name said same Alabama power issue as Richard in Columbiana. Sorry, nameless person.
Yeah, give us a name. We just need a first name.
Doesn't even have to
And
be
maybe
yours.
a city you live in. That would be nice.
I'm going to go with Columbiana.
But he says Columbiana, yeah.
You could give us...
but a first name. Don't make us put Joe in there.
No, like yesterday, people were giving us two names, which was nice.
Or Sue.
Yeah.
Because we don't know if you're a male or female.
That's true. We
So
might just
you
throw
don't
in...
force us to put a name that's not appropriate.
Let's see. Greg says, call your senator and representative, Richard. That's who controls the Alabama legislature and the PSC. Yeah, by all means, let's get them involved in my power problem. You know, if there's one thing you can count on government to be, it's efficient and timely. So when my power goes off, I just get on the phone to my representative, and
Is that
things
what
are
you
taken
do?
care of.
Yeah.
Prontissimo.
Don't bother your representative with that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nah.
I think we'll probably leave that alone. Let's see here. Jeff says the problem is they leave these Democrat liberal areas and they bring their Democrat liberal agendas with them. Yeah, sometimes that is a problem when they decide to leave California and they're just like, I can't take this any longer. And then they move to Texas and they still vote blue.
Don't do it.
Yeah, that's the point at which you're like, what are you doing? You're voting for the exact same
No, you
policies
voted
you
blue.
just ran away from.
Yeah, right. You voted blue. You live in it,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
If you're in California, you voted blue. You live in it. Don't move to Texas and vote blue.
No.
Because you're going to end up with the same thing eventually.
You're just not going to be happy till you ruin the whole
That's
country.
right. Just move from city to city. Place to place, keep voting blue. No.
Lily says taking a cold shower when the power is off is the worst. I think taking a cold shower when the power is on is pretty bad, too. I mean, let's be honest
Unless you're really,
here.
really hot.
If
you
you're
know?
very hot,
If you
like
need
me,
to cool off.
Yes. If you're steamy hot like me, then taking a cold shower. I have a gas water heater, so I don't have to worry about that. I can actually go ahead and take a hot shower in the dark.
Yeah,
at
in the dark.
3:30 in the morning.
Isn't that nice? I told you that when we had the winter storm, what was it, 93, 94, whatever it was, and it went out.
Mm-hmm.
And the house was like, you could blow smoke in it because it was so cold in there, but you could take a hot shower.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is you get out of the hot shower.
Right into the
you
cold.
About,
Yeah.
and again, you know, if you wash your hair and you got hair, it's like you can't dry your hair because you have no power.
Mm-hmm.
So you freeze further. It's like, which is worse? Staying dirty and somewhat warm, or taking a shower, feeling a little better for a half a second.
Just
and then
stay.
freeze?
Just stay in the shower.
What's the answer to that?
Stay in the shower.
Oh, just sit there. Just live there, huh?
Nick says when you have an entire cadre of lower court and district court judges believing or even saying that the Supreme Court is illegitimate, that then gives them the ability in their minds to disregard and challenge Supreme Court rulings.
Be very careful with that.
Yeah?
Mm.
I mean, we've certainly heard that, and this whole, Supreme Court is illegitimate nonsense. There's nothing illegitimate about the Supreme Court. Every single member on that court, including Ketanji Brown Jackson, went through the same advise and consent policy,
Process,
the same process,
yeah.
yes, that every other Supreme Court justice has gone through since the beginning of time immemorial. But there are folks who are just like, oh, Clarence Thomas shouldn't be there and Brett Kavanaugh shouldn't be there. You couldn't help but notice that Democrats hate the rules when they're not in their favor. I mean, you have got guys in the Democratic Party right now that are like, we have to do away with the Electoral College. We got to do away with it. That's the real problem here, the Electoral College. The first time a Democrat wins the Electoral College but not the popular vote, all that will disappear. Nobody will say that anymore. I mean, it's crazy. These people are, I'm losing this game, so we have to change the rules. No, we're not.
That's not how this works.
We're not changing the rules.
For you.
No.
No.
Or anybody, really. It's not how it works. Greg says it was sarcasm, Richard. Okay. That's the problem with texting is you can't really get sarcasm.
Yeah, sorry, we don't really get that.
Doesn't really come through in texting. My wife had to come home from work. Her employer has no power and a tree on the roof. Considering it was 5 a.m., I doubt they'll get power for a while. Maybe not. After listening to Valerie for 4 hours, a cold shower is a lifesaver, says Jerry, the angry trucker.
Well, Jerry, good morning to you.
See how things are. What's wrong with you? You people. Well, no, I was going to start this story, and I've decided not to because there's just not enough time to really do it justice. So we'll save that for the next
yesterday,
hour.
the only thing that I had was that I had a power glitch. It went, and it came right because I thought, okay, here, I'm going down.
Yeah.
You know, when you get that power glitch, it did it a couple of times, but I never lost power. But I have not seen winds quite like that in some time. That was incredible yesterday, what blew through.
Yeah.
And so if you're having to clean up today, looks like you'll have a pretty decent day, and definitely Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be all clear. We're not going to get any rain, so trees on top of roofs. Maybe you got some roof damage, unfortunately. Saw a couple of cars that had trees on them.
Grass 3 feet high.
Yeah, grass 3 feet high is another one.
That's funny because my guys were there yesterday morning taking care of everything.
Really?
My lawn is perfect shape
except for the limbs and leaves on it now.
There's only a couple. It's okay. Be careful what you wish for, folks, because it seems like every time we had any storm of any substance, it always came through in the middle of the night. I was asleep. So we never really got the kind of thunder boomers and the lightning and the downpour and everything that I love sitting through in the middle of the afternoon.
Wild.
So we finally get one yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm without power until like 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Sorry.
Yeah.